Good morning. The Western Atlantic University School of Medicine. Inaugural commencement ceremony will begin in 2 minutes. At this time, we kindly ask that you please take your seats. As a friendly reminder, please ensure that all cell phones and media devices are turned off or set to silent mode. Thank you, and enjoy the ceremony.
Please stand or remain standing for the national anthem of the United States of America, followed by the national anthem of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Please be seated. Mr. Dennis Devoe, Chief Executive Officer of Doctors Hospital Health System, Mr. Bill Colgan, Chairman of the WAUSM Board of Directors, members of the Board of Directors, heads of community and youth organizations, faculty, colleagues, clinical affiliates, students, families, and friends. I am Dr. Alyssa Eason, Assistant Dean of Professional Development and University Registrar, and I will be your MC this morning. Today marks an important milestone, one that recognizes dedication, growth, and the culmination of years of hard work. Commencement is a moment of reflection on what has been accomplished and anticipation for what lies ahead, as our graduates prepare to carry forward the knowledge, celebration, skills, and values they have gained here. This ceremony represents a celebration of perseverance, support, and shared commitment to excellence. It is also the beginning of a new chapter, one defined by opportunity, responsibility, and purpose. To formally open our program, it is my honor to present our first speaker, Dr. Scott Ippolito, Executive Dean and Chief Academic Officer, who will offer the official welcome and opening remarks for today's commencement. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Scott Ippolito.
Thank you, Dr. Eason. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural commencement ceremony of the Western Atlantic University School of Medicine, or as we lovingly call ourselves, WAUSM. It is an honor and a pleasure for me to be here today to initiate the commencement ceremonies. But before we begin, I just wish to reiterate our welcome to some of our most distinguished guests, members of the WAUSM Board of Directors, our honored guest and keynote speaker, Mr. Dennis DeVoe, invited dignitaries, WAUSM faculty, colleagues, administrators and leadership, families and friends, but most importantly, members of the Western Atlantic University School of Medicine, class of 2026. Wow, what a memorable day this is for all of us. You know, many of you here remember that it was not that long ago when a group of experienced and diversified educators, clinicians, and leaders came together with a dream to establish a new medical school in the Bahamas that would become one of the best schools in the region. Today, we are witnessing that dream come true. This founding group took a chance on success, while at the same time, you, our graduates, took a chance on us. In essence, you became our partners and have proven our belief that with the right philosophy, the right faculty, and highly motivated students, success can be achieved. You will always have the distinction of being the first graduates from this school, but you will also be able to say you were pioneers as you work side by side with faculty and leadership to help found the school and make it a success. We are all so proud of you, and this morning, after you receive the Doctor of Medicine degree, we will truly be able to call you our colleagues. We welcome you to the healthcare profession and have complete confidence in your success. I have no doubt that you will all do very well in your chosen fields. I congratulate you, and on behalf of WAUSM, thank you for all you have done to help make our school a success. So go forth and continue to make us proud. So now, without any further ado, I will give you a brief overview of the ceremony flow. You will next hear addresses from our Provost and from our keynote speaker. This will be followed by presentation of the candidates, conferral of degrees, and hooding. We will then conclude with the recital of the Hippocratic Oath and closing remarks from our president. Following the formal ceremony, there will be photos taken and time for graduates and guests to mingle and celebrate. Thank you all again, and enjoy this momentous occasion.
Thank you, Dr. Ippolito, for those thoughtful remarks. We will now continue our program with Dr. Paula Wales, Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, who will introduce our keynote speaker, highlight the accomplishments of our school, key milestones, and the excellence of our faculty and students. It is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Paula Wales.
Okay, so I already see it in the audience. Let's go. Did anyone notice the drapes are in the shape of the W? So it wasn't so I would necessarily do it every time I say WAUSM, but you'll have a reminder the entire time. So good morning. Isn't this an exciting day? It's so exciting. So good morning to the members of our board of directors, Mr. DeVoe, our keynote speaker, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, families, and most importantly, our graduates. Yay. You're going to get a lot of applause today, probably from every person. So today marks a moment that exists only once in an institution, the very first commencement of the Western Atlantic University School of Medicine, also known as WAUSM. To our graduates, there will be many classes after you, many ceremonies in the future, and many traditions, WAUSM traditions that will evolve. But there will never be another first class. That distinction belongs to you alone. You arrived not to a finished product, but to a vision. There were no upperclassmen to guide you, no established playbook, no long-standing traditions to lean on. Instead, there were possibilities and uncertainties, and you chose to step forward anyway. You were the first to walk through the doors of a brand new building that at the time was more blueprint than legacy. You were the first to test. You were the first to ask questions. You were the first to refine the curriculum. You were the first to ask Dr. Selfridge, where is she? Over there. Dr. Selfridge, why do I need to know this? You didn't just learn from an existing curriculum. You helped shape it. You didn't just join a student body, you built one. You founded the Student Government Association. You created clubs and special interest groups. Are you all thinking about all this stuff that you've done? You volunteered in the community. You defined what student life would look like here at WAUSM. You were the first to don the white coats at our inaugural white coat ceremony. And in case you haven't noticed, our scholarship chair, Jackie Colgan, wore that hat at the very first white coat ceremony. So I'm glad she wore it today. So you were the first to don the white coats at our inaugural white coat ceremony, which is a powerful symbol made even more meaningful because you gave it history here at WAUSM. You were the first to experience every case, every lecture, every quiz. Are you starting to feel a little heavy here? Every OSCE, every standardized patient, every simulation, every examination, every clerkship, every elective, the first comps and step exams, the first MSPEs, and our first residency cycle. Whew, that's a lot. You'll receive our first transcripts and our first diplomas. As you experience these milestones, you often provided feedback that made each of these better for the students who will follow in your footsteps. And when the accreditation site visit teams came, first for provisional, then for full accreditation, you stood not just as students, but ambassadors for WAUSM. Thank you for doing that. You demonstrated what this school stands for before the world had fully seen it. And I know none of this was done alone. Behind you stands a faculty whose excellence and dedication turned vision into reality. All these folks back here. They are educators who built courses from the ground up, who refined them in real time, and who never lost sight of the responsibility to train not just knowledgeable physicians, but compassionate ones. Alongside them, a WAUSM staff. There's a lot of staff in here. The staff whose commitment often worked quietly behind the scenes, ensuring that each day, each milestone, and each challenge was met with care, precision, and resolve. We are also deeply grateful for the leadership and belief of our board of directors. I don't understand. At every critical juncture, everyone, they provided not only governance, but courage with their willingness to invest in something new, to trust in possibility, and to support the bold idea that a brand new medical school could achieve excellence with its very first class. And we acknowledge with sincere appreciation the support of the Bahamian community, who welcomed all of us and helped this institution take root. Our partnership with the Bahamian people gave this school a home and a purpose beyond its walls. Our gratitude also extends to our first hospital partners, including St. Anthony Hospital, Insight Hospital, and Doctors Hospital Health System. All of these institutions opened their doors to our students. It was there where our students became physicians. The clinics were not just training sites, but places where students received mentorship, trust, and real-world context that transformed their knowledge into care. And to the families and friends. Do we have any of those here today? So we have family and friends here, and we also have some joining us virtually. Your role in this journey has been immeasurable. You provided encouragement during the longest nights, steadiness during moments of doubt, and perspective when the path felt uncertain. You celebrated the milestones, absorbed the stresses, and stood beside these graduates every step of the way. So let's hear it for our family and friends. Everyone in this room knows that this achievement belongs to you as well, and we thank you for your strength and your support that you have given so generously. It is this collective effort, this community of belief, of support, and shared purpose that makes what comes next possible. Students, you are pioneers in the truest sense, not because the path was easy, but because it wasn't there until you helped us make it. And yet, while building something entirely new, you achieved something extraordinary. You have a 100% first-time pass rate on USMLE Step 1. A 100% pass time rate on USMLE Step 2. And a 100% residency attainment rate across both the NRMP and CARMS. And frankly, it doesn't get any better than that. Those numbers are remarkable, but they're not the most important measure of what you have accomplished. What matters most is how you achieved them. You succeeded not in isolation, but in community. You supported one another through uncertainty. You studied together, challenged one another, lifted each other up. I think Matthew may have brought crickies today, is that correct? Yeah. You built not just a medical school, but a culture. And that culture is now the foundation upon which every future class will stand. As you leave today, you carry many firsts with you. You are our first graduates, our first physicians trained entirely within the institution, our first ambassadors to the broader medical world, and beginning today, our first alumni. That last title matters more than you may realize, because wherever you go, whether into hospitals or clinics, research or service, you will define what it means to be a graduate of Western Atlantic University School of Medicine. Your integrity, your compassion, and your curiosity, and your commitment to your patients, these will become our reputation. Future students will be asked, what are WAUSM graduates like? And the answer begins with you. So I ask you to carry this responsibility with both pride and humility. Be bold in your thinking. Be relentless in your pursuit of knowledge. But above all, be human in your care. Medicine is changing rapidly. There are new technologies, treatments, and systems. But what must never change is the trust between a physician and a patient, the ability to listen, the willingness to sit with uncertainty, and the courage to act when it matters most. You've already shown that you can navigate the unknown. You've already proven that you can build where nothing existed before. Those are not just academic skills, they are lifelong skills that will serve you well. And so as you step into this next chapter, remember, you are not just entering the profession of medicine, you are helping shape its future. So years from now, when this school has grown, when its traditions are firmly established, when the halls are filled with generations of students, your story will still be told. They will say, there was a first class. They built everything, and they did it with excellence. Graduates, thank you for your courage, your resilience, and your vision. Thank you for trusting us with your education and for leaving this institution stronger than you found it. And now, I'm going to try not to cry, it's my great honor to say what has never before been said at this institution. Congratulations to the first graduating class of Western Atlantic University School of Medicine. And as we celebrate this milestone, it is only fitting that we welcome a keynote speaker who has been connected to this journey from the very beginning, and who now becomes our first ever keynote speaker. It is my distinct honor to introduce Mr. Dennis DeVoe, the Chief Executive Officer of Doctors Hospital Health System in the Bahamas. Mr. DeVoe is a distinguished healthcare leader who has dedicated his career to advancing high-quality, patient-centered care. As CEO, he leads one of the region's premier health systems, guiding its growth, strengthening its services, and ensuring that excellence remains at the heart of everything it does. His leadership reflects not only strategic insight, but a deep commitment to improving lives and building stronger, healthier communities. Our connection to Mr. DeVoe, however, goes beyond his professional accomplishments. He has been a friend and supporter of WAUSM since its earliest days, believing in its mission and potential long before today's milestone was achieved. His presence here today is a reflection of that enduring support. We are also fortunate to know him through his family. Mr. DeVoe is married to one of WAUSM's highly respected faculty members, whose dedication to our students and institution has helped shape the very graduates we celebrate today. You all know who his family member is, right? Okay, just checking. Our strong connections make this moment even more meaningful, as it reflects a shared commitment to education, leadership, and the future of medicine. The example of leaders like Mr. DeVoe remind us that true success lies in service, integrity, and the impact we make on others. It is now my great pleasure to welcome a trusted friend to WAUSM, a distinguished leader in healthcare, and our very first keynote commencement speaker. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Dennis DeVoe.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Dr. Wales, for that, and good morning, everyone. Permit me to jump right in. It's such a great honor to represent Doctors Hospital, and by extension, the healthcare community in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And for this opportunity to say to you, the inaugural graduating class, congratulations. It's been our pleasure to host you in Grand Bahama. And I want to start my talk with what WAUSM has meant to the people of Grand Bahama, to the country of the Bahamas. It's fitting thereafter to spend a few moments on what I'm seeing in healthcare. I'm a newly minted CEO. Today actually is my 100th day on the job. Thank you. And so I want to reflect on what I've seen in the first 100 days. It's hard to talk about disruption without talking about AI, but I wanted to go beyond AI and talk about disruption in healthcare. And then I was at your white coat ceremony, I think at least one of them, for the first cohort, maybe not the second cohort, but the first cohort, I'm sure I was there. And I want to reflect on what I heard then and what that means for you now as medical doctors. But to be an echo, and I think it's worthy of an echo, first time step one pass rate, 100%. Did I hear that correctly? All right. First time pass rate for step two, I also heard that correctly, 100%. 100% match rate. This class is badass. Right? I really celebrate that for all of you, and in talking with Bill, it's clear that years from now, when WAUSM has thousands of alumni all over the world, serving patients in the Bahamas, in the United States, and wherever your journeys may take you, each one of those physicians will trace their beginning back to the work that you guys did to make this happen. And so I really, really congratulate you. So let me begin then by sharing some very important messages from the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and how happy we were to have you in Freeport. As you know, Doctors Hospital is building an entire hospital in Grand Bahama. We talked about my lovely wife, who is from Grand Bahama, and I believe some of you met our son Duke and our daughter Meredith. You're everywhere. You're in the cafes, you're on the beaches cleaning them up, you're at the fairs. I've heard, but I have not seen any WAUSM students in the bars. And if I have seen you in the bars, it's been with your notebooks open. I believe that Cole and Victoria, who graduate today, left Freeport, came back to get married, to celebrate that special moment in a special place. So we deeply cherish what you have meant to Grand Bahama, and as student citizens, the perspectives that you brought to our community. The other dimension of this relationship with WAUSM and the Bahamas is the important partnership with Doctors Hospital. Doctors Hospital will intentionally seek to collaborate with WAUSM to transform healthcare delivery in our country. Whether it's through extended clerkships, whether it's through building, through joint ventures, outpatient centers that provide surgical services or oncology therapy, we recognize that one day, and maybe that vision is toward 2030, that Doctors Hospital and WAUSM have an opportunity to operate on a near integrated basis. And so to Bill, to Dr. Flaherty, to Dr. Wales, to Dr. Welke, and the whole team, not only are you our partners, you are our friends. We're also growing fairly rapidly. You know, Doctors Hospital just 5 years ago was half its size. In our small little country of a couple 100,000 people, we see about 100,000 folks a year, and we're growing. And so I think on this final point, you know, as you matriculate as specialists, beyond Cole and Victoria coming back, please know that you have a home in the Bahamas at Doctors Hospital, and we would love to welcome you back to practice medicine with us. A second point that I want to spend some time on is disruption. And again, you know, when folks talk about disruption, there is obviously AI, and I'll spend some time on AI, but it's always viewed as this thing that sits, you know, ominously on the horizon. It's coming. And I want to talk about what I've seen in the first 100 days in my new role. And clearly, let's start right with AI. In general, I think we could break AI into two core categories of disruption. Firstly, what it will mean for the work of doctors, and then secondly, what it will mean for patients. And so let's go right into what it will mean for the work of doctors. Today, we are already running use cases where we have removed the need for physicians to sit in the front of computers to allow ambient listening to happen, but not to drive throughput and utilization, which is usually how the venture capitalists sell this technology, right? You can see 35 patients instead of 27. But we're promoting AI to bring back the core part of the intimate patient experience, and so that physicians aren't sitting behind their computers. Instead, they're looking into the eyes of their patients and really having a personal and an intimate encounter. But we are already, in a small island, running examples in radiology where x-rays and ultrasounds and mammographies are being overread, anomalies are being flagged. This is happening today, and we're late to the party in AI. We now are preparing our advanced use cases in diagnostics, in particular in dermatology, in pathology. And in the first or second week of June, a group of us are going over to India to start to talk about how AI disrupts robotics, right? Again, this is in 6 weeks. Yesterday, as I flew over, I was having a chat with our lab director, and she's developing a presentation for her Q3 execution on how we use AI in direct-to-consumer diagnostics for lab, and then precision testing in oncology. And this is Q3, so that we can start to personalize oncology medicine in the Bahamas. We're not a resource-rich environment, and this is on our Q3 roadmap. And so for patients, we see personalized care. We see doctors that are able to have more intimate encounters with their patients because AI sits in the background and enables. My own view, and again, this is only 100 days in, is that it all comes together with a master ecosystem. And if you were around planning in the 2015 era when folks looked towards 2025, there was this concept called the Internet of Things. Anybody remember the Internet of Things? And here we are, right? Where our view is that the large equipment manufacturers embed AI directly into the diagnostic equipment itself. It's directly into the surgical instruments. And what then is connected to that is the mother computer of a health system, which is its EHR as an example. And we see very clearly a pathway where the diagnostic equipment, the surgical equipment, it talks directly to the health system's main computer and seamlessly integrate how healthcare delivery is done. On Tuesday morning, a group of us are meeting with Meditech and chatting about how AI and Meditech and the people of the Bahamas come together to develop a whole new way of engaging with patients using technology. You notice I didn't say in 2030. Q3, Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. That's where AI is right now. But beyond AI. And this second bit, I think sometimes, is quite outside of the mainstream. And it does meet with an appropriate undertone of skepticism. And there are a lot of good reasons for that. And so I'm not here to be a cheerleader for the disruption that we have seen in longevity and regenerative medicine. But it is here. In the Bahamas, we actually are completing the construction of a 34-bed hospital with the intent to use regenerative medicine therapies in concert with more traditional therapies to start to think about how kids who have autism are treated. It's not standard of care. It certainly is not a cure. And again, it's fascinating, but perhaps equally as controversial. But what we see very clearly is that there is a move from skepticism to curiosity, from curiosity to an openness. And we realize that there are 4 things that are driving this at the core. Firstly, there's a big question mark now on clinical efficacy. It's not dismissed outright. There's a question mark, and folks are now pouring through the data, trying to understand the quality of the underlying data, the integrity of the practitioners. And so we've moved from outright dismissal to let's now understand. There are low adverse effects, and the adverse effects that do exist, they're statistically documented, and folks are getting comfortable with understanding what could go wrong. There are strong demand drivers, especially in the neurological space. There are some big challenges that tomorrow's generations of physicians are going to have to solve. And we recognize that the traditional paradigms in medicine have yet to kind of break the back of disease and disorder in certain areas. And then the final bit, and this is true in the Bahamas, is that the regulatory ethos has changed. Folks are more open. Again, they're less skeptical. They're less dismissive. And some of that, of course, is the changing rhetoric in the political space. But the other bit is that jurisdictions are looking to be first to market, to be first to sponsor, to be first to house programs that are cutting edge and potentially disruptive for medicine themselves. And so again, we expect to turn on our brand new pediatric autism hospital probably by the end of June. I'd be disappointed as the CEO if it went to the end of August, right? And so disruption, I think, certainly from my lens, requires not that you accept or embrace AI And definitely not that you accept or embrace longevity or regenerative medicine, but that there is a spirit as you leave here today that medicine is changing and it will change, and your commitment to lifelong learning, remaining positive about new ideas, resisting the dogma that sometimes works its way into people that are very, very specialized and highly trained, and just being open to everything that is possible in medicine, because so much of it is happening even right now. My final point then, and it's again a charge to a quite rebellious bunch, is about values. The worst days that I have as CEO are not if we've missed a budget for a month. It's not if something happens with our facility. It's when I get a call from a patient and we have not met their expectations. Those are the worst days in leadership. And most of the time, they're not talking about the fact that the X-ray machine didn't work and they had to wait. They're not talking about our pilot in AI and that there was a hallucination in their note and the doctor still signed off on it. They're not talking about sometimes the fact that there may have been a heavy rain and in the Bahamas, a ceiling tile has gotten wet. They're talking about people. And it's really important for a non-physician CEO to say this. As physicians, you are the clinical leaders in healthcare in the world. And so that bestows upon you an awesome responsibility around your core values and how you will practice medicine. And so these values form the basis of the charge that I want to leave with you. When the system breaks, it's rarely about the technology. It's always about a failure of empathy, a lack of care, and some break in a spirit of collaboration. The willingness to jump in and solve a problem together with the rest of the healthcare team. And as physicians, you lead that healthcare team. At your white coat, I remember Dr. Flaherty's talking about the tremendous privilege that you have to be present with patients during their most vulnerable moments. How many of you remember that talk? And yes, you will experience the moments of great pride with patients when they have babies, or they find out that they have a good outcome or a better than expected prognosis. You will also experience when patients perhaps don't have the outcomes that they thought, when family members die, when they cry. You may be the person having delivered the news that they've lost that loved one. The core, though, of what makes that bearable for a patient in a healthcare setting is that you approach those moments, the high points and the low points, with a core humility, a softness in your bedside manner, and your commitment to softness and humility in your touch, that it matches the same level of professionalism that you bring as a pretty smart doctor. I'll share with you that people will expect that your outcomes will match your talent. And you've graduated from WAUSM, so there's even a higher expectation. But what they will never forget is how you made them feel in that encounter with you. And when that feeling goes wrong, that's when they write, that's when they complain, and that is where there is the greatest loss of trust. So, if you add that, a core humility, a softness in your demeanor, a willingness to collaborate with those who don't have a similar level of training but are part of your core team, you embrace lifelong learning, you come back to the Bahamas as soon as you're done with residency, I think you'll be just fine. So I want to end with a word to the families, and let me just share that I think this group will need you now more than ever before. Residency is rough. You know, I remember the calls, and I think it's changed. And I think where I want to end is that, you know, each day I have the honor to work and live with a physician. And let me just say how much we in the healthcare profession respect and admire your tenacity, the superior nature of your training, how good you inherently are as physicians, and the commitment that you have embarked upon 4 years ago, and certainly for the remaining 3, 4, 5 years that lies ahead of you, to transform the lives of people by delivering excellence in patient care. I celebrate this milestone with you and certainly offer you the very, very best wishes for the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. DeVoe, for your inspiring and meaningful address. We will now proceed with the certification of faculty approval of the completion of academic requirements. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Nancy Selfridge, Assistant Dean, Medical Education, who will present the statement of certification on behalf of the faculty.
Can you tell I'm all excited? All right. So, will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine please rise or stand as you are able? They look so good. As Assistant Dean for Medical Education, I am pleased to present these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine. These students have successfully completed or are expected to complete all academic requirements as prescribed by the curriculum of the medical school and certified by the faculty and university and approved by the board of directors. The faculty of the School of Medicine has reviewed and approved each candidate's records and hereby certifies that they are qualified to receive the degree they seek. It is therefore my honor to present these candidates to the WAUSM Board of Directors for the conferral of the Doctor of Medicine degree.
On behalf of the Board of Directors of Western Atlantic University School of Medicine, we recognize and acknowledge the faculty's recommendation of these candidates who have been presented for approval based upon meeting academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Selfridge. Thank you, Mr. Colgan, for presenting the statement of certification on behalf of the faculty. And thank you, Mr. Colgan, for presenting the statement of approval on behalf of the Board of Directors. We will now proceed to the reading of graduate names and the hooding ceremony. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Laura Welke, Campus Dean, who will read the names of our graduates as they are individually recognized and hooded.
It is my honor as Campus Dean to present to you the candidates for graduation. As each name is called, graduates will come forward individually to be recognized and hooded. Tristan Pearson Akins. Tristan has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with highest honors. Congratulations, Dr. Tristan Pearson Aiken.
Everybody watch.
Cole Awanti has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with high honors. It is my honor to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Cole Awathi. Jonathan Dallas has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with honors. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Jonathan Dallas. Christopher Doty Jr. has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Christopher Doty, Jr. James Galpin has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. She's got her riser. Congratulations, Dr. James Galpin. Milena Gide has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Malena Gade. Nicholas Gavad has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Nicholas Guevara. Eric Hadhazi has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Eric Hadhazi. Richard Herron has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with honors. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Richard Herron. Tyler Lamborn has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with honors. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Tyler Lamborn. Alyssa Lynn Mikowski has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with high honors. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Alyssa Lynn Mikowski. Matthew John Manfredo has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Matthew John Manfredo. Jackie Mon has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Jackie Mon. Victoria Rain Perkins has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with high honors. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Victoria Rain Perkins. Robert Edward Phillips has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with honors. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Robert Edward Phillips. Lizeth Quijano has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with honors. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Lizeth Quijano. Spencer Stoll has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Spencer Stoll. Alyssa Stubbs has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Alyssa Stubbs. Elena Mai Tran has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Elena Mai Tran. Jennifer Vorbe has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with high honors. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Jennifer Vorbe. Robin Longgood has successfully pursued the academic requirements for the Doctor of Medicine degree with high honors. It is my privilege to present you for hooding of your degree. Congratulations, Dr. Robin Longwood. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the individual presentation of our graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Welke, for the reading of our graduates' names and for guiding us through the hooding ceremony. We now come to an important and meaningful tradition. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Don Mellish, Assistant Dean for Clinical Sciences, who will ask our graduates to rise and lead them in the recitation of the Hippocratic Oath.
Good morning, everyone. The Hippocratic Oath is a tradition that, of course, was started by the physician Hippocrates, and this is the modern version that is that was scripted by Dr. Louis Lasagna. So for the WAUSM class of 2026, any doctors of medicine present who would like to join in renewing their oath, please stand. Any other physician who is interested in renewing your oath, please stand. We will be reciting, as I said, the modern Hippocratic Oath by Dr. Louis Lasagna, and it is located in your program in case you want to follow along. I swear to fulfill, to the best of my ability and judgment, this covenant.
I swear to fulfill to the best of my ability and judgment this covenant.
I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those physicians in whose steps I walk.
I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those physicians in whose steps I walk.
And gladly share such knowledge as is mine with those who are to follow.
And gladly share such knowledge as is mine with those who are to follow.
I will apply for the benefit of the sick all measures which are required.
I will apply for the benefit of the sick all measures which are required.
Avoiding those twin traps of overtreatment and scientific and therapeutic nihilism.
Avoiding those twin traps of overtreatment and therapeutic nihilism.
I will remember that there is art to medicine as well as science. And that warmth, sympathy, and understanding may outweigh the surgeon's knife or the chemist's drug.
And that warmth, sympathy, and understanding may outweigh the surgeon's knife or the chemist's drug.
I will not be ashamed to say, I don't know.
I will not be ashamed to say, I do not know.
Nor will I fail to call in my colleagues when the skills of another are needed for a patient's recovery.
Nor will I fail to call in my colleagues when the skills of another are needed for a patient's recovery.
I will respect the privacy of my patients,
I will respect the privacy of my patients,
for their problems are not disclosed to me that the world may know.
for their problems are not disclosed to me that the world may know.
Most especially must I tread with care in matters of life and death.
Most especially must I tread with care in matters of life and death.
If it is given to me to save a life, all thanks. But it may also be within my power to take a life. This awesome responsibility must be faced with great humbleness. And awareness of my own frailty. Above all, I must not play at God. I will remember that I do not treat a fever chart. A cancerous growth. But a sick human being whose illness may affect the person's family and economic stability. My responsibility includes these related problems. If I am to care adequately for the sick. I will prevent disease whenever I can. For prevention is preferable to cure. I will remember that I remain a member of society. With special obligations to all my fellow human beings. Those of sound mind and body, as well as the infirm. If I do not violate this oath, may I enjoy life and art. Respected while I live and remembered with affection thereafter. May I always act so as to preserve the finest traditions of my calling. And may I long experience the joy of healing those who seek my help. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Mellish, for leading our graduates in this meaningful tradition and reminding us of the values and responsibilities they carry forward as they enter the profession. It is now my distinct honor to present the President and Chief Medical Officer of Western Atlantic University School of Medicine, Dr. Joseph Flaherty, who will conclude today's ceremony with closing remarks. Please join me in welcoming President Flaherty.
Good morning. I realize the previous speakers have done so well, beyond my poor power to add or detract, but nonetheless, bear with me. I remember a bright sunlit morning more than 5 years ago when a small group of us founders with more vision than certainty arrived in Freeport in search of a place where something new might take root. We imagined, perhaps a bit audaciously, the first medical school in the Bahamas, a place grounded not only in knowledge but in purpose, in possibility, and in a genuine sense of belonging to a community. We understood even then how much would be asked. We would need a faculty not only accomplished but imaginative and deeply committed, and we would need students like you, willing to take a leap of faith, to invest your time, your talent, and your future in an institution that existed at that moment only as an idea. And now here we are. Looking out at you today, it is clear this was never simply an idea. It has become something real, something vibrant, because of the partnership you forged together. A faculty that did more than teach, and students that did more than learn. You built something rare. A true academic community shaped by shared purpose, tested by challenge, and strengthened again and again by perseverance. What stands before us today is not a graduating class, but a beginning and an extraordinary success. There is an old truth: to whom much is given, much is expected. As you step into the practice of medicine, hold fast to what matters most. The secret of good patient care is quite simply caring for the patient. Bring your knowledge, bring your skills, but as importantly, bring your integrity, your professionalism, and your compassion. These will be the measure of you even as medicine changes. Finally, do not hide your light under a basket. The world you enter needs physicians who are not only capable, but present, who listen, who see, who care. Go forward with confidence in what you have learned and with humility for all you have yet to discover. You are and always will be the founding class of Western Atlantic School of Medicine. Congratulations and thank you.
As we gather for this final moment, we wish to extend our sincere appreciation to the many individuals and departments whose collaboration made today's ceremony possible. We thank our faculty and academic leadership, our commencement support staff, the Office of Student Affairs, the Office of the University Registrar, Facilities, Information Technology, Enrollment Management and Marketing, our clinical and program leadership, and our sincere thanks to our host venue, Beach House, Fort Lauderdale, a Hilton Resort, for their professionalism, support, and hospitality in helping make today's ceremony possible. Before we conclude today's commencement, we ask that everyone remain seated. We would like to capture a commemorative group photograph with our graduates, the platform party, and members of the University Academic and Operations Leadership Council.
Please remain seated until you're given instructions. We're going to clear away the stage. Front row faculty, you may stand. Once the podium is clear, front row faculty, you may move forward to the front of the stage. Come forward. Come forward. Watch your step. Yes, watch your step. Come forward. If you need to spread out just a little bit more. Sure. Come forward. All right, thank you.
Graduates, please stand and proceed to the front of the staging area. Members of the platform party and those on the University Academic Operations Leadership Council, we invite you to join us at the front.
Turn to your side so that you can pack in.
We ask that guests remain seated.
Other side. Pack over. Pack over. Good. Turn to your shift. Shift. And turn this way a little bit. Shift. Turn towards shoulder this way a little bit. Good. Good. There you go. Shift. Turn your shoulder this way. Shoulder this way. Shoulder this way. Jackie, you're good. Yeah. Good. Oh, we have more. All right. See if you can fill in at the sides a little bit. Go ahead and see if you can fill in at the sides a little bit. Can you pack closer, students? Take a step forward. Take a step forward if you can and pack a little closer. See if you can fill in onto the sides there. Good. See if you can fill in. A little bit tighter, please. Just a little bit tighter. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Once photographs are completed, everyone return to their seats.
All right, first row faculty, if you were to sit, would you be too far behind? Yeah. Okay. Is it? Can you see the row of students? Yeah. We're gonna have to do a little squat. I don't have any other. Can I ask our audience to please be seated for the live stream? And then we'll have you stand afterwards so you can get your photos. Okay, students, would you please be seated again? Please be seated. Students? Yeah. Be seated right where you were for the photo. Okay.
Okay, this concludes today's commencement ceremony. I invite all guests to please remain seated as the platform party and graduates exit in recessional order. Ushers will then provide instructions for guest dismissal. Thank you and congratulations once again to the class of 2026.